I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Harvard professor and others warn us that the black aliens are coming. But before we get started with this demonstration, let me read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this video that I call a demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Salute to the chat. Salute to all of my moderators. Salute to the replay gang. Now, over the years, for many of years, we have always seen movies with UFOs, movies with aliens, and the depiction, the description of these aliens were creatures that didn't look human. These creatures would have 3 toes, 3 fingers, 4 fingers, pointy, sharp heads, maybe 1 eye or 2 eyes, some type of deformity in these depictions of these aliens. Now, I do believe that there are aliens. I do believe that there are UFOs. Of course, I don't believe that these aliens are in the description that science fiction has showed us. No. These aliens look just like you and I. These aliens have been around for billions and billions of years. Now, what I want to do is, because I always like to back up what I'm saying with a clip. Now, we're going to be listening to a professor from Harvard. Now, the professor is going to talk to us about the aliens making contact with us as early as December. And then I'm going to go to another commentary, and this commentary is going to give us the actual description of these aliens. But first, let's tap into this professor from Harvard. All right. I see you, Deborah, Nita, Nola. I see the chat.
A fast-moving object the size of Manhattan is hurtling towards our solar system, and it will make its closest pass to Earth on December 17th. Comet, asteroid, or something else? A Harvard astrophysicist believes there's a strong likelihood this is a craft of alien origin, and the implications, obviously, for humanity would be profound. Avi Loeb, professor at Harvard, joins me now. Great to see you. Thank you. And I've been reading with interest what you're putting out there. It's very provocative.
Well, science is fun as long as you allow yourself to learn something new. And the problem with experts is that they insist on past knowledge that they promoted in echo chambers. And obviously anything in the sky, they argue, is a comet. But we should be open-minded because, if we have a visitor from the cosmic street to our backyard, it may not be a rock. It could be a tennis ball thrown by a neighbor. So let's look at the data.
That is a very interesting analogy. All right, Dr. Loeb, it is called 3I/Atlas. Give me the best case for why you think this object may be extraterrestrial and maybe alien form.
Well, first, its brightness implies that if it represents reflection of sunlight from a solid object, it needs to be 20 kilometers in diameter. That's bigger than Manhattan Island. And this is a giant rock. The previous interstellar objects were hundreds of times smaller. So it just doesn't make sense that the third object from interstellar space will be 100 times bigger than the previous, and we won't see anything in between. And moreover, there is not enough rocky material in interstellar space to deliver us a rock of this size, 20 kilometers, over a period of about a decade that we conducted the survey of the sky, because this material is very rare, and you expect it once per maybe 10,000 years or longer. And so it's surprising if indeed it's a rock of that size. Now, it will actually get closest to the sun on October 29th, 2025, and that's when the Earth would be on the opposite side.
Are y'all watching? How many of y'all believe this? Those that's on the replay gang and those that's in the chat, how many of y'all believe the professor from Harvard? Drop a 1 if you believe him. Drop a 2 if you disagree. Now, he's saying that this, whatever it is, this object is going to be close to the sun by October. That's 2 months away. That's just 2 months away. And of course, he says on the other side of the sun is the Earth. So that I like what he said when he said, as far as when it comes to science, we have to keep an open mind. And, you know, some of us are still holding on to what we have believed to be the truth. Some of us are still just holding on to our belief system. We don't want to keep an open mind, and we don't want to explore possibilities of other than what we have been taught. So let's keep an open mind. Remember to keep an open mind.
It's as if it tries to avoid us. We won't be able to observe it. But it also comes from a direction in the sky that is crowded with lots of stars. It was difficult to see it until July 1st, 2025. And so the fundamental question is, was this designed by intelligence out there? And my argument is that we should collect as much data as possible to figure it out. And I defined a new scale that is now called the Loeb scale after my last name, where 0 implies a purely natural object like a comet or an asteroid, and 10 is a definitely technological object that maneuvers, broadcasts a signal, or transmits some artificial lights. And I rank this object, 3i Atlas, as 4 on the scale between 0 and 10. And of course, the more data we have, the clearer it will become. As it comes closer to the sun, it should erupt, it should outgas and produce a beautiful cometary tail. If it is a comet, we don't see a cometary tail as of now. The Hubble Space Telescope took a very high resolution image of it, and all we see is some glow surrounding it that is actually preceding it towards the direction of the sun, but nothing behind it the way we see cometary tails, which are pushed away from the sun.
So it's got a unique,
by the solar
it's got a
radiation.
unique signature that doesn't imply comet. And as you know, NASA is saying this is a comet. It poses no threat to Earth and will remain at a distance of at least 1.6 astronomical units. That's about 150 million miles. But as we know, NASA's been wrong before. They thought they had discovered a new asteroid, which turned out to be Elon Musk's Roadster, the Tesla Roadster that had been launched. So they've been wrong before.
NASA has been wrong a lot of times. NASA let me say allegedly, NASA tricked the whole world by having us believe that a man stepped foot on the moon, and all it was an actual picture, a photo crop picture. So NASA isn't claiming it as being a UFO or alien. NASA is just saying, possibility of comet. But like the reporter said, NASA is known, now, and I'll give my demonstration on it, but in my opinion, we are about to be visited by aliens. Let's look at it like this, okay? Now, we know that they've been showing us what's going to happen in the future. Remember the cell phones? What about the Zoom meetings? Y'all remember George Jetson and them? George Jetson and them was having the Jetsons. They was having Zoom meetings back in the 70s. So they're always showing us. They're always showing us ahead of time what's going to take place in the future. Now, they've always showed us movies depicting aliens. I believe Will Smith and Vivica Fox starred in the movie Independence Day, right? But see, once again, their depiction of the aliens, it'll keep you in a frozen state of mind because you looking for these type of aliens, right? Now, when the real aliens show up, what are you going to say? I see you, brother Nazir. I see T. We don't believe anything NASA says. Buzz blew his whistle and proved them wrong years ago. The facts. I see you, Shy. Flat screen TVs. Exactly, Shy. Smart glasses. I mean, the list goes on and on. I see you, Nick. I see you, Nikki.
Oh, yeah. I mean, science is full of mistakes, and scientists in the mainstream of science that are considered experts often invest billions of dollars to check a hypothesis that turns out to be wrong. Some examples include, for example, a new symmetry of nature, supersymmetry, that was thought to be definitely out there, and then the Large Hadron Collider was constructed at a cost of $10 billion and didn't find any evidence for it in its natural range of parameters. That was embraced for decades by theoretical physicists.
Yes.
And there are many such examples that I can bring, but the point is that science is decided by authority. It's decided by evidence. And the problem with experts is that they often use echo chambers that represent their past knowledge. And by doing that, they do not allow something surprising to be discovered.
Yeah.
If you insist that so, for example, there was...
It's arrogance.
I think in science we should have some sense of humility because nobody expected, for example, quantum mechanics to be discovered. It was completely surprising. We still don't understand it a century later. And Albert Einstein had a difficult time interpreting it. And this is just to show you that very often nature is more imaginative than we are. And of course, for us to argue that we are the most intelligent species that ever existed since the Big Bang is indeed arrogant because there are 100 billion stars in the Milky Way galaxy and probably billions of Earth-Sun analogs.
Yes.
And this is just like seeing a lot of houses on your street that looks just like yours, and you insist that they have no residents in them.
No, and
I'm going to stop him right there because I'm going to chop up a few things that he said. At first, I want to start with the Big Bang Theory. Now, I don't believe that the whole universe and everything in its creation started with the Big Bang Theory, right? Then also, once again, he said we got to stop thinking that our intelligence is at the top. Like there's no other beings, nothing else besides the creator that's more intelligent than us. Now, and I just have to call a spade a spade. You have to really, really understand, and this is why the majority of them that know the truth, they're revealing this truth. And they realize that their civilization, when I say their civilization, I'm talking about the Caucasians, I'm talking about the Europeans. Their civilization, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, the Caucasian civilization is only 2,000 years old, if that long. If that long. Now, if they're finding DNA from people that existed on the earth 70,000 years ago, 20 trillion years ago, what is that to tell you? Of course, there's higher intelligence. Caucasians, right? Now, if it's been a scientific fact that melanated people, that black people are the first people, we are the original. What is that trying to tell you? It's trying to tell you you might want to tap in with the intelligence of these melanated people. In other words, the pyramids, the hieroglyphics, civilization, period. It wasn't created by these alien like creatures with 3 fingers and 3 toes, but this civilization, all of this civilization was created by these melanated people. In fact, our civilization go further than what's on Earth. Our civilization go beyond the stars. Our civilization goes to this planet, that planet, those planets. One thing you got to remember, nothing is in existence just to be in existence. Okay, you got 9 planets that they know of, but how many other planets are there out there that they don't know about? Now, let's just start with the 9 planets. And we know that the number 9 is the highest number on the numeric charts, that number 9. Now, when a black baby is born, it's a number 9 curl in the baby's head. But let's look at the planets. Now, let's look at our body parts. We were given each body part for a reason. So we can't just think and stick with life only existing on Earth. What's going on those other planets? Well, Shank Rock, ain't nothing going on them other planets because the scientists, they didn't been on them planets and they didn't researched and this and that. If their history, if their civilization is 2,000 years, no more than 2,000 years, and remember, the majority of the Caucasians' history, they were up in the Caucasus Mountains. Let me come to the chat. Let me just jump to the chat, y'all. They were correct on a lot of things on Independence Day, but to suggest that they will win in a firefight against them superior aircrafts is arrogant and idiocy. Tell them, Shank. Caucasians are a new people, not here from the beginning. Our origin is in God. Caucasians' origin starts with us. Why do we think Putin showed the world those black relics of Christ? We are royalty. And they all know this. If you tap into Russia, Italy, any place, any continent, no matter where you go on planet Earth, the original people were black people, were melanated people. No matter where you go. Some people didn't even know that there are black Jews in Jerusalem, in Israel, because they don't show the black Jews. And it's a reason why they don't show the black Jews. It's a reason why they don't show black people other than showing us in negativity. It's a reason.
My contention has always been, we say, well, nothing could travel that fast. Nothing could reach us because it's too far away. Well, let's put a civilization that's been around 1 billion more years than us. Where would they be in technology? So I think
And let me just stop it right there. What'd he say? Let's put a civilization that has been around longer than us. Let's say billions of years before us. And let's see, when he's talking about us, and this is why, as black people and as other nationalities, you have to understand when it comes to the language. Now, him saying us, he's not referring to us as a whole. He's referring to us as the Caucasian race. So I want everybody to understand that. He's referring to us as the Caucasian race. He knows. And it's no disrespect, and it's not trying to come off arrogant or cocky or none of that. It just, the truth is the truth. We've been here. We've been here. All right? Remember, the slaves before they were enslaved. Who were those people? They didn't capture or they didn't enslave people that were already slaves. They didn't enslave uncivilized people. They enslaved civilized people, scholars, scientists, mathematicians, you name it. That was the whole purpose of them capturing us. They could have went anywhere else, right? And I know for the Caucasians, y'all gonna say, but Shank, there were white slaves before there were black slaves. Ask yourself one question. Why didn't they continue with the white slaves? Because the white slaves didn't nowhere mount up to the black slaves. Let's call a spade a spade. Modern day slavery, right here in the, y'all already see, when I start, it never fails, y'all. It never fails when I start drop. And that's why I don't really like doing these type demonstrations, y'all, because I start experiencing all kind of difficulties, technical difficulties. My numbers, they have only 10 people watching and all kind of crazy stuff. But as far as the difference between a white slave and a black slave, you're going to get more productivity out of that black slave than that white slave. Let's look at modern day slavery. America is filthy rich off of the backs and sweats, blood and tears of who? Black people. America ain't getting rich off of white entertainers. America's not getting rich off of white basketball players and football players. See? But let's move on, y'all.
Complete arrogance and ignorance to think that we've got all the answers. I think it's just arrogant.
Well, also, the sun is 4.6 billion years old. And the age of the universe is 13.8 billion years. And so that's 3 times longer. So the sun was around only for the last 1/3 of cosmic history.
Yeah.
Most of the stars formed billions of years before the sun. And if a civilization like ours emerged next to them, you can ask, how long will it take Voyager, the spacecraft that we launched out of the solar system, how long will it take it to reach the opposite side of the Milky Way? Therefore, they had plenty of time, those cosmic neighbors that we have,
yes,
plenty of times to reach our backyard.
the cosmic neighbors that he's talking about is us. Is us. Now, I'm gonna let the professor speak a little bit more, but then I'm going to go to a Caucasian man, and he's going to give the description of these aliens, these people. So I'm gonna let a little bit more of the professor rock out, y'all, and then we're gonna go to this Caucasian man, and he's gonna give you the description.
Yeah. Let me ask you about a couple of things. Does this have any steering mechanism that you think, are you seeing it go off a straight line at all? Or is there any detection that it is being steered?
That's an excellent question. So far, no data was reported about the trajectory and how close it is to what we expect from gravity alone. The data will get better as it comes closer, but eventually, yes, this is considered to be non-gravitational acceleration, a subject that could reveal the existence of a propulsion system or some engine to the object. That will definitely be a technological signature.
Is it traveling faster than what we would expect? I think, 41 miles per second? Is that faster than what we can do? Or is it traveling in a way that makes it look unusual?
Well, it's twice as fast as the fastest rockets that we ever launched. It's much faster, twice as fast as the previous interstellar objects. It could be produced by natural processes such as speed. It's not overwhelming, but you have also to realize that an object moving much faster than that would never be noticed by astronomers, because we would just have one frame of it and we wouldn't really know how fast it's moving.
That's interesting.
Astronomers are using telescopes to look for objects moving roughly at the speed of planets around the sun, and this one is twice as fast as the speed of the Earth.
Well,
around the sun.
That suggests that it wants to be noticed.
Maybe it's one of those, but we will not know until it comes closer and gets brighter, and applying a heat to it from sunlight would reveal us the identity of this object.
When do you think, Doctor, when do you think we would get an answer? It looks like it's going to pass closest to Earth in late December, but we're going to get a good pass at Mars. Do you think we're going to have an answer, say, within a month as to what the origin of this is? Maybe not the origin, but what it is.
Yeah, that's my hope. That by collecting more data, it will eventually become clear. If it's anomalous, it wouldn't be possible to shove these anomalies under the of traditional thinking. However, if it's a comet, it will be clear that it's a comet because it will warm up as it gets closer to the sun and erupt in outgassing and release of dust. So my hope is that by the end of September, we will know.
It's just the one thing that's interesting to me. Just a quick answer on this, if you will. I mean, it's kind of avoiding the one place it's teeming with life in our solar system.
True.
It's odd about it.
Well, it might have a reason for that. If it releases, for example, mini probes. So I am leading the Galileo project that is monitoring the sky with 3 observatories and looking for any objects that are technological but not human-made in our sky over Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Nevada. And we will continue to do that for the coming years. But I instructed my research team to check if close to the end of October 2025, there would be any new objects appearing in the Earth's atmosphere, if we would notice any activity. Now, we are documenting everything with machine learning software that analyzes objects and looks for outliers. And so if in the months after the passage of 3I Atlas close to the sun, if we would see any unusual activity, you will know about it.
Stick around.
All right, let's tap into and get a description, y'all. I want to go deep down the rabbit hole. Let's go deep down the rabbit hole and let's get a description of what's going on in these beings that are more intelligent than us. All right, y'all. Now, this is an ex-NASA scientist. He says that the aliens look like Black Americans. Let's tap into this ex-NASA scientist.
So are you not positing the idea that those vehicles contain, beings who are, maybe like us?
There is one image there that shows black people getting off.
So people with dark skin getting off,
Not dark, black,
black skin.
really black. Yeah.
Were they tall?
Yes.
Very tall?
Yeah.
How tall? Do you know?
Well, they got out the doorway. I don't know how high that is, but
Well, what?
they say 7 feet would be probably a conservative estimate.
Huge cigar-shaped ship appeared over the Air Force base. These cigar-shaped ships were over a mile in length. One of them landed on the airport landing strip area. The back of this craft opened up, and several hundred young men with huge, heavy weapons came out of two sides of the ship and formed a protection line around the ship. And the people at that Air Force base, the commander, had a meeting with the individuals that were aboard this ship. And this particular race that landed those ships and that are seen in these huge cigar-shaped ships, they are a black race. They look like African Americans.
What are y'all thoughts? Help me out on the chat. Help me out on the replay gang now. What are y'all thoughts? Project Bluebeam is all hype. I see you, Nene. They look like ancient black pharaohs. I see you, Rich Almighty. I see y'all. Peruvian has back in time wrapped their baby's head to make it alienated to imitate something they saw descend from. Now, are we to take the ex-NASA scientist and believe what he's saying? Or do y'all believe it's cap? The night sky in Africa have a ceremony every year of something from the sky. And they always look towards the sky. I have to see it, but you never know. For real, for real. Do they like that? My God. Now, but this information about the aliens and as far as them being black, it's been out. It's been around. But now with social media, it's at our fingertips that we can find out this information. But it's been in books. It's been in movies. It's very true. And saying it from experience, they definitely look like us. Or sound, I say we look like them. Aliens are black. That explains why they always make aliens hostile in movies and say they are aggressive. fits the narrative. Wake us up, Tyson. I mean, it's when you start putting two and two together and start fitting pieces of the puzzle, you be like, The fake conspiracy theorists in me believes it, LOL. You know? Let drop a one. Let me see how many we got that's rolling with it. Drop a one if you believe it. Drop a two if you don't. Passion 1491. He had no reason to cap. But like I said, it has always been there, y'all. It has. You know. And now with Trump, it just, I see you, Latasha. I see you, Latasha, boss lady. Let me drop my link. Let me drop my link. If anybody want to pull up, feel free to pull up. Just click the blue StreamYard link and let's chop it up.
They were about 6'4", 6'5", huge weapons. And if you've ever seen a race of people that were conquerors, that had never been conquered, they've got this look about them of arrogance. That is exactly what these extraterrestrials had. And they informed these people at this American Air Force base that not only were they from a militaristic society, but they had control a large portion of the galaxy that.
Wow, y'all. Wow. We're talking about the black aliens coming to Earth. Do you believe that these aliens are black? Appreciate this super chat, Miss Parker. America 12 says too much. Shai says, I just prayed that people stop going up in space, messing with things. I couldn't handle seeing no aliens. Just saying, let them stay where they are if they are aliens. Just saying, LOL. Ananka, black aliens created us. The first man was black. Whites changed history and created their own, and a white man with long hair and blue eyes distraction from the truth. Appreciate the gifted memberships, Ms. Parker. And if you received a gifted membership, please thank Ms. Parker for the gifted membership that you received. It got to be more to the story. If they are black, why would they not help us? They don't come in our dreams or nothing. LOL. You say you want them to help us, huh? Yes, but they've been here for a while. Now they look like us. Nola says yes. Oh, wow. Thank you for the gifted membership. No. Wow, y'all. Yes, if we they family. Yes, black alien. If aliens are real, there is more alien species that are here already. I'm waiting, y'all. I'm waiting. Them aliens are not black. I don't believe that. Maybe some are, but not all. How many of y'all believe some of them are black? I believe they all are. I believe all of them are. I believe all of them are. I believe they all are. Some are, not all. They call them aliens, but they are just gifted melanated beings. I believe they're one kind. All right, Shank, don't get zapped to Pluto thinking them aliens one of us. Imagine being zapped to another planet and then your ass just out of nowhere fall out of the sky from the new dimension and your ass just fall. Just imagine. Can any of y'all imagine that? And you right, let me stop before my funky ass do get zapped to another planet. Perhaps they're neutral. There is no telling what is out there beyond us. Watch the Marvel movies, the Eternals, and how they work. Think about it. We are all aliens. That's true. That's true. Make sure y'all subscribe to my backup channel. My backup channel is After Dark. Let me put it in the chat because that's where we're going to chop it up later on the backup channel. I'm going to do a part 2. Give me a second, y'all. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I'm coming, y'all. The aliens can be us from the future. They want to all of a sudden say they black. Nah, I need to see their DNA first. They just had powers that we don't possess. I see Taka. Let me get this. Let me get this, y'all. I just had it. Come on. Nola says, visit New Orleans. Above is just energy. Don't be afraid. I think I'll pass, Nola. I think I passed, Nola. I heard some things about New Orleans. They taking way too long to get here. Hurry up. You said hurry up and free us. Let me put this in the chat. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to my backup channel. If they come to my house, I hope they like canned veggies. They always want to say something that seems scary black. But what would y'all do? Real talk, y'all. Real talk. If they did come, and let's say just because they say the size of the aircraft is the size of any U.S. city. Let's say it's the size of Los Angeles. Can y'all imagine if y'all just look up and y'all just see this aircraft and y'all see, come on now, aliens are spooky, whatever they might look like. And y'all just see some folks get off looking like this. There would be total chaos. Remember the show V from the 80s? I remember that show. I'm telling y'all what I'm doing. I ain't coming out. I'm locking my doors. There is a ghost tour bus. I'm going back in the house, peeping through my windows. This ain't a time. This ain't a time to be acting brave. Because you don't know what they gonna do. So for me, I'm going back in the house. And I ain't coming back out. I ain't asking no questions. I ain't trying to get friendly with them. But y'all know if they come to the hood, can y'all imagine the aliens coming to the hood? Lord have mercy. Every year about this time, strange reports come out before Halloween. There is a pattern. I will run right to them if they looking like that. No, you wouldn't, Jennifer. No, you wouldn't, Jennifer. Shank, you know there is a real alien guy in Atlanta. He has an Instagram page. What's his name? I'm going to say what's up about time, y'all here. LOL. Them boys look good. Of course, they black. If you don't believe it, too bad for you. Jennifer, you first one, get pregnant by one, shaking my head, Lord have mercy. It will be scary all over the world, but if they wanted to off us, they can with one push of a button. For some reason, I keep picturing the blue alien from the movie The Fifth Element. Forgive me, but they bodied through. Nope, I ain't going. I'd invite them to the cookout. Some of y'all be dating men and women that be looking like an alien. So we're going to do another part on the backup channel tonight. So make sure everybody subscribe to my After Dark with Shank backup channel. Shank, the OG afraid. Yeah, I'm afraid. Shit. And I'll see everybody later on the backup channel. Salute everybody. I'll leave the chat running and y'all can hang around. Salute everybody. What went wrong with the Baltimore City Police Department and Freddie Gray?
Give me a Mac and a 9 and I'm armed to do it. I had them slugs run up in you like embalming fluid. I'm out that mob and I got the scars to prove it. What's the point of holding heat without the heart to use it? Cops are clueless, so they can't stop the movement. I'm a YG nigga and the Glock is ruthless. FM is the main attraction. Aim the Gatlin and watch niggas fall like it's a chain reaction. Mainly stacking, now that the game is lacking. I'm the first in command and Shank rocks the captain. And my flow changed from white gold to platinum. I put the yay down, Cuddy. Now I'm finally rapping. Better lay down, buddy, or you know what I had.
The first thing that went wrong was they pursued her. They never were supposed to pursue her. They didn't have probable cause to pursue her.
This is real Baltimore. No. This is what people have to wake up and wonder where they're going to go to get them in.
That wasn't the first riot. The first riots happened with when the Baltimore banks made bad investments. You had a riot that was known as the Baltimore Bank Riot. I don't want to make it seem like I'm bashing the mother of the year, but we have to look at how they played that whole situation. It goes back to the old Willie Lynch. When she went upside his head and smacked him and everything. Now, if I've done it, a black man would have done that on national television. They would have locked me up.
I'm from the city that reads, my city still bleeds. And homicides multiply like cops with keys, you do the math. On my block, you won't last. As a youngin' had to be gunning and you won't last. Don't show me a cannon. My reach too fast, don't think I wasn't. Got the rumor mill buzzing. My hootin' sent your cousin back to you with a concussion. Just cause my teeth is flashing, didn't think that I would blast him. Not unless he touched my faction, and we gotta get the mashing. A DE will be catching, rest in pieces with they tagging. You never catch me bragging, that's the code I live by gladly. Protect me and my family, cause silence is a virtue. Then them boys, they come to hurt you, and who you gon' run to? They labeled you a cold blue, now your own family don't know you. Your neighborhood don't trust you, now see all the issues go through. Snitches get stitches, man, for running the mile. It's my block. Not the corner, not the wire, where the cops cockin' fire. Ain't no way to get you higher, it's my block.
Now let me take it elementary school. The man has to step up and take his full responsibility back into the community. Your OGs, I need the OGs to be real OGs, man, and let the young ones know that it's not about banging that gun. It's not about killing, but you know, teach them, man. Look, go to school, get an education.
We out that mall, and it's simple and plain. Lane that we headed to